what the West still gets wrong about Russia's military. So first and foremost, this video is directly inspired by Preston Stewart's video of the same nature. I'm going to tag him. He does some great breakdowns on a lot of really cool issues, so go check out his channel. The article takes a bit of a deep dive into the overestimation of Russian military capabilities, specifically the overestimations of the West. Historically, Western countries have kind of overestimated Russia's ability to conduct, like large-scale combat operations. And a lot of the points that the article brings up are phenomenal, really, really good. The topic of Russia has interested me for a couple years, even a couple years before everything that's happening in Ukraine started. So why are they struggling as bad as they are? There's a couple reasons in my mind, right? A couple primary reasons, and this is kind of my assessment. The first reason is kind of a twofer. Russia's conscription-based enlistment program doesn't facilitate the best and brightest being the leaders in its military. And their logistics suck. Combine that with the fact that their systems are not set up to be part of an expeditionary military, which is what you would need to invade another country successfully. And you have the stars have aligned on Russia in this conflict with Ukraine. There's going to be a bunch of other intel nerds in here that comment and tell me I'm wrong about all of this. I don't care. So in conscription-based militaries, morale is generally going to be lower. Inevitably, the political class and anybody in kind of the upper middle class or above is generally able to get out of conscription in countries where conscription is used to fill the ranks of the military. So morale is going to be really low, naturally. The morale of your troops and their willingness to fight is obviously paramount, right, in military conflict. If a bunch of kids from poor families are seeing kids from rich families not having to fight because their families had money, it's going to foster resentment, right? Ultimately lead to low morale. And then on top of that, Russian logistics have always struggled. Even in like Crimea, Russia just doesn't have a phenomenal handle on logistics. You've seen some issues even now in Ukraine. The U.S. learned early on, right? The very first battle of the Revolutionary War, the only reason the revolutionaries lost, arguably, is because they ran out of ammunition. It was a logistics issue. And then for quite a while, the U.S. struggled with logistics in various other conflicts, but ultimately got it dialed in. And now it is a primary focus in the U.S. military. And it's one of the reasons why we can power project like no other country can.